So, what is a woman? Yeah, that's what I'm just waiting for you to tell me because I don't know either. Does anyone actually remember a time, a world, a society where gender-exclusive products would just cater to a said gender? No, I know it's been such a long time since we've had that because most brands and its products are now moving to a gender-neutral stance just in the hope that they can score a A+ in diversity clout, because that's all it's really ever for. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about the makeup industry. You know, the industry that has exploited girls and women, biological, for so many years to make sure they look their best at all times, to make sure they've got their product slapped on their face, otherwise they are not worthy for society. Well, they've now abandoned that message and they're moving towards a message that no matter what gender you are, no matter what you identify as, their products are now suitable for all. Ulta Beauty, a makeup brand, I don't know if you've heard of it. I personally have never heard of it up until this point because this is what companies do when they're not really making any money. They're not really out there in the mainstream. They have to then do this stuff to make sure that everybody starts talking about them. Anyway, this makeup brand has now decided to upload a podcast episode onto their channel where, well, it's titled The Beauty of Girlhood with Dylan Mulvaney. Now, when a video is uploaded onto any social media platform, whether it be YouTube, TikTok, no, not TikTok, Twitter, no, not Twitter. When a video is just uploaded talking about girlhood, you would expect that there would be two biological women talking about girlhood, right? Because they are biologically female and they have been through girlhood and know all the ins and outs. No. Not in this reality, ladies and gentlemen, because we have two men who have obviously transitioned from men into women, now talking about girlhood, because if you didn't know, well, they want you to know, they have been female all of their life, so obviously they are fully qualified to talk about such a thing. It's like me, honestly, sitting here and talking about girlhood, right? People would go crazy. How dare he talk about it? Until I put a wig on. Now, before we get into the intro of this podcast, because yes, even at the intro, it's as woke as you can possibly imagine, I just want to talk a little bit about this Dylan Mulvaney, because this man has gained his success on TikTok by talking about girlhood and posting TikToks like these.
Day 66, being a girl, and today I'm in nature. Trees, I love them. Heels, they're my hiking heels. I love them. Love ya. Ah! Oh. Did you see that?
So now you're telling me, right, I'm supposed to sit here, you're supposed to sit here and accept and believe that this is a normal thing. There's no punchline here, there's no joke. I'm being serious, otherwise you are evil. So as you see anyway, we have two men sat around a table talking about girlhood, which in my opinion does nothing but degrade the female gender and girlhood as a whole. But I'm sure you want to see what this podcast entails. As you can clearly see, I'm not in the mood for this today. But this is the future that everybody thinks they want. This is the future that everybody hopes for. And he fell off my damn chair. Gentlemen, take it away.
And we're on day 167 of girlhood.
Mr. Hollywood, I'm right here.
Hollywood, zoom in on that. Hi friends, welcome to the Beauty of, an Ulta Beauty podcast where we talk with the pioneers who are helping us redefine what beauty is and where it lives. I am David Lopez and I've had many titles in my life. I've been called many things. Beauty content creator, celebrity hairstylist, gender fluid hottie. Today's guest has gone viral with her TikTok series, 100 Days of Girlhood, which I guess now is just Days of Girlhood. And today we're on 167. Welcome, Dylan Mulvaney. Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, as you've just heard, we have a gender fluid hottie and a man who nearly sprains his ankle in high heels talking about beauty and redefining where it comes from, because women, I don't know if you've caught the message now, your opinion, your knowledge on such things is no longer valid. It's no longer worth anything in society unless you have a beard and, I don't know, are a man that pretends to be a woman. Isn't it funny? Isn't it hilarious? Well, it's not that funny, actually. It's not. We've been campaigning for so long, for so many years, for women and men to get attention on issues that really nobody was talking about. And now this has manifested into podcasts like this, where gender fluid people, where transgender people get more attention than anybody else can actually get. Now, whenever I make these videos, I always have to include a disclaimer, you know, because people can't actually see the common sense in things, right? I have no issue with people being transgender. Honestly, I don't care, because really, a lot of the time, it's not even their fault for this sort of stuff happening, right? I feel like a lot of trans people would look at this and be like, no, I'm sorry, this is disgusting. So it's not really a lot of their fault. It's the media's fault, because now we're being plagued by the media, a narrative that we now have to accept that this is the new norm in society. This is the new norm of beauty. Isn't this just turning everybody against transgender people in the process? Because for the average person to look at this podcast, they are then going to label every single transgender and even gender fluid, which I don't really know what that means anyway, but they're going to label all of those people into one big thing and be like, no, all of these people are bad. They all think like this, which coincidentally is what the left do anyway, but this is what people are going to do. Maybe, just maybe, this is what they want. Division, chaos, distract and divide. I don't know. But anyway, let's not get on too much of a tangent here. Let's not go too far down the rabbit hole now because, well, we don't have all day. But let's just see what these men want to talk about on their podcast.
I have been following you, and I think in my own expression of my gender, finding people on the online community who I related with was very important to my journey, especially in the beginning, because I'm only really 2 years into identifying as gender fluid. And at first I was like, I'm non-binary, and then gender fluid. So really what felt right for me.
See, I'm all for, right, people expressing themselves. We're living in supposedly a free world where people have freedom of choice, freedom of speech to express who they want to be. But this, in my opinion, doesn't do any of that. In fact, to me, it just looks like they're mocking the gender they're supposedly trying to identify as. And as you even heard the host say, they're only 2 years into their female gender. I don't know, I'm gonna have to rewatch. Right, yeah, I'm back. I've looked now, I've now found out what this person identifies as. You've even heard the host say they're 2 years into their gender fluid journey, right? 2 years. So what happens in another 2 years when they decide, wait, hold on, I don't want to be gender fluid anymore. I want to go back to being non-binary, or I want to be another of the 100 genders. You can't just flip and choose depending on how the wind blows, right? Because once you do that, you discredit the validity of the male and female gender, which again, is that something certain people want? Okay, I'm not going to go there. Okay, I'm not going to go there. But now we reach the part of the video where I think people have sat patiently and waited for, because if you've seen anybody else talk about this episode on social media, you know what I'm going to be talking about next. Because this has caused so much controversy, and rightly so. Now, normally I would do the classic hook, line and sinker of a clip and stuff like that. No, I'm just going to let the clip play for itself, and we're going to go straight for the sinker. And then the sink.
Now I know I can find love. I know I can still be a performer. I know that I can have a family. I want to be a mom one day. And I absolutely can. And that's why the narrative still has a long way to go, because when I was grieving boy Dylan, I didn't know those things were even accessible to me.
The narrative has a long way to go. You see, I think he actually means the science has a long way to go, you know, based on the fact you can't actually have kids. So in my opinion, this is just a huge spit in the face to the female gender and the whole notion of giving birth in the very first place, because since the dawn of time, you know, things we keep trying to rewrite as we go along and go further from the dawn of time, the creator has positioned us for male and female to come together in intercourse and make a child, right? You don't see any other animals going about and doing this. You don't see male tigers strolling along to the vets and asking, hey, can I have a child? No. If animals aren't doing this and we are part of the animal kingdom, why can't we just stick to the norm? But to make things worse and close out this video, let me just show you the tweet by this makeup company who seems to make up things as they go along. Trans girls can do it all. I'm just filling in for the clap emojis. We're moving into a time, ladies and gentlemen, where things are going to get bad. You know, and I don't know how things go back to normal. I don't know how we get our collective common sense back. I don't know how women get their gender identity back. I don't know. Asteroid, maybe. You see, I don't care, again, if you chose a different path in life. I really don't. You're welcome to do so. But just because you chose that path in life, don't go about and then changing the gender norms just to suit the narrative that you want to put out there, based on your emotions. But yeah, that's the wokeness of today, ladies and gentlemen. If you have enjoyed today's video, then please for me, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that big red subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. But until next time, until tomorrow, I'm now going to the doctors to ask them if I can have kids. I'll see you later. Yeah, I've come back and they said I can't. Until tomorrow, I'm out. Peace. See you next time.